What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV outside of Old Trafford. Spurs have come and taken the 3-0 victory, and it should have been a lot more, to be honest.
Taking the piss.
We have been taking the piss as well today. It was an unbelievable performance. You know, everyone will go back to the red card and be like, yeah, if you didn't watch the game, that's what hinged the game. But now we were dominant, so dominant with 11 men on the pitch. I mean, Man United just couldn't get a kick today. I thought we were running things in the middle of the park. The build-up play was on point. The only downside of today is that we didn't score more goals.
I know, it was a really complete performance. It really came out with intent. I think we've been threatening to do that all season, this kind of performance.
Yeah.
And it really started to click today. The front line was creative. They were moving. They were getting great spaces. I thought Decky and Maddison, the link-up play was absolutely electric. There was so much synergy there. I thought Decky was just on another level today. He was literally on. I saw a tweet saying, I think we might have finally found our Moussa Dembele replacement. It's Dejan Kulusevski. And what was a really great thing as well, Man United barely had anything. I think Garnacho hit the post from what would have been a world-class volley. Apart from that, and we're talking about the first half anyway, they literally barely had a kick. And I think the whole Bruno foul, you know, he slipped, and obviously it was a bad challenge on Maddison, but it probably borne out frustration of how little Man United were getting into the game. And Spurs were dominant. They played the game with intent, but actually it wasn't just a useless possession. We're actually opening up Man United. We're actually getting the ball out wide, getting it to the byline, getting those crosses in action also through the centre. For the first time, I feel like this season, we're actually threatening through the centre and actually opening teams up. And we played some really beautiful football, and we scored within 4 minutes, and that really set the tone for the game.
Yeah, and I couldn't believe sitting there at half-time we were only 1-0 up, because we were just playing some unbelievably beautiful stuff. Even Timo Werner was getting in down the left-hand side. Brennan Johnson was threatening time after time down the right-hand side. I mean, you look at Brennan Johnson, we spoke about it during the game. I mean, this is a man that is playing at the top of his game and full of confidence, literally full of confidence, taking shots, taking on his man, taking the piss out of Bruno when he gets sent off as well. I mean, he really is having fun out there. You can see he's playing with a smile on his face.
Yeah, he's like a new man at the moment. Obviously, he scored within 4 minutes, and that was a classic Brendan from last season goal. Tapping at the back post. And then you can just see the confidence flowing in. There was a moment where Decky gets the ball out to him quickly. He just gets out of his feet and just takes a shot, hits the post, and but it just shows that was a guy high on confidence. He didn't want to think too much about it, just play his natural game. You saw with the assist in the second half, didn't think too much about it, just went and took on Dalot, got to the byline, cut it back for Decky. I think the cross took deflection was a lovely finish from Decky, but again, Brennan Johnson not thinking too much about it, going on instinct and playing for his with his natural ability, and he's got a lot of natural ability. And this guy is on fire now, as you say. 4 goals and an assist in his past 4 games. He's really got a new lease of life at the moment. Brennan Johnson, so happy for him. But just everything clicked. Whenever we got the ball to Dom Solanke, he was in his lovely flicks into space where they'll players waiting for him. Almost they knew that he was going to pull that flick off, and they knew that he was capable of it. Exactly what it was.
His link-up play, Dom Solanke, is just incredible. Yeah. There was that one little touch to set us away. I can't remember for which goal it was, but I mean, this guy with the little tricks and the little touches that he does and the physicality that he has, I mean, he works his socks off every single game, and he gets his goal with the poacher's effort. He should have had another goal, to be fair.
He should have 2. He had 2 decent
Yeah, he goes 1-on-1 with the keeper, and he kind of fluffs it a little bit. But I think that's kind of been like the story of Dom Solanke's Spurs career so far, like that game in a nutshell.
Yeah, but for me, yes, he should be more clinical, but if he's getting those poacher efforts, that's the main reason we bought him, to be honest. But let's talk about Mickey van der Bale. Mickey van der Bale, what a run!
Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fun.
You know me! You know me! Elliot, I do know Elliot Kane, yeah.
Mickey van der Ven, man, that run. 4 minutes into the game, a steam train rolling through the centre of the pitch. None of the Man United fans could or wanted to get near him. They don't want any of that smoke. And Mickey van der Ven, I thought he veered a bit too far left at one point, but pinpoint ball to the back post of Brennan Johnson.
It was like a cross between like Jan Vertonghen and Gareth Bale, like how Vertonghen used to be those kind of assists. But Bale would have been proud of that assist. I think that might be the best assist I've ever seen from a centre-back in Premier League history.
Better than Jan Vertonghen's.
He comes what's like a steam train tackling Garnacho. He makes a tackle. He then dribbles through the heart of the whole Man United team.
The guy's elite, bro.
And then not only that, he has the quality to get to the byline like a seasoned winger and absolutely put a beautiful ball across the face of goal, right for Brennan, right on the plate for Brennan. So he did the easy part, just to tap it home. It's an absolutely incredible assist from Mickey van der Ven. It's one of the best things I've ever seen from a centre-back centre-back in this league, to be honest. It's madness, and the fact that we have a centre-back capable of doing that, it's not even the first time he's done that this season when he did that against Everton. He should be doing that more often because
the guy's
it's
world
incredible.
class. I'm telling you, this guy is world class with the physicality he has, with the frame that he has, how quick this guy, because you look at him and you're like, this guy can't, how can this guy be as quick he is with the frame that he has? And I'm like,
This guy on the wing, man.
unbelievable.
He could be a winger.
Player, what a player we have in our hands. But I can't fault anyone on that pitch today. The only one that was frustrating was Timo Werner, obviously, on the left-hand side. But with Timo, he was still getting in really good positions, and he was actually still doing really good work for the team, beating his man on the left-hand side, getting balls into the box.
Running
it's just
behind him.
His finishing was obviously very frustrating, but like everyone's going to remember that, and everyone's going to say, oh yeah, he's really bad and blah blah blah. And yeah, he's not the greatest footballer in the world, but I think he still did a really good job for the team today.
Yeah, I think I feel bad for him because I actually thought he played quite well, but unfortunately,
You wouldn't have felt bad for him if he didn't win this game.
No, that's true. I probably would have been screaming at him, but those 2 one-on-ones he had, I mean, the frustrating thing is, well, not that he missed, it's how he missed. They were just such poor finishes. Right at Onana, like the weakest, meekest finishes.
Bro,
if
if Son plays today and Son is in all those chances that Timo gets in, we probably win about 7-0.
And then he got him behind a couple of times where he had the chances for pullbacks and just didn't find his man, and that was a bit frustrating. It was very frustrating, to be honest, at that time. Obviously, we were winning, so you know there wasn't anger, but there was a bit of just disappointment that he got himself in such great areas and didn't take full advantage. Maybe it's just a rhythm thing, you know. It's the second start of the season, but you know, there's just nothing new to Timo, is it? So, look,
don't make excuses.
but
This
at
is
least
just Timo.
you know we didn't have Son today. We had Timo on the left, and we didn't miss him, did we? I mean, we missed him with the, you know, we could have won by more, but in terms of, there was a big worry, are we going to have that quality in the final third to win this game? And we absolutely answered that in abundance today, didn't we?
Exactly. And look, I said before the game, I'm not too worried about the front line. What I was worried about is Timo taking his place. And I think Brennan, he carried on the form that he's been on for the last, since the Coventry game. Dom Solanke, that's 3 goals in 3 for him now. And Timo Werner was on the left. So I think, like, you're seeing this team grow and grow into a real Ange Postecoglou team. And we just pressed them into absolutely oblivion today. They couldn't handle us. They literally couldn't handle us for the most part of the game. In the first half, they hardly had a kick of the ball. We were sitting, they were shooting, Man United was shooting towards us in the first half. I mean, we hardly saw the ball down our half. You know what I mean?
And for all people, what's it called? I want to talk about the fact that like we've made Decky now, in him playing in central midfield. He's actually becoming one of the best midfielders in the league. I honestly believe that. I actually believe that. The way he's playing this season is absolutely mad. It's not just on the ball, off the ball as well. He's so strong, he's so physical, he gets involved in duels, he makes tackles. I actually think he's one of the best midfielders I've seen at protecting the ball in those tight spaces and wriggling out situations. He's becoming really elite at that. And he's been our most consistent player this season. He got an unbelievable goal as well for his goal. And how many chances did he set up for Werner and and other players as well, Solanke? I thought he was my man of the match. But, you know, everyone was saying, you know, Angie's to changing up his stubborn, but you know, he's added Kulusevski to the centre. We're now playing with these 2 attacking eights this season, and we look like a much better side for it. And he's really added another element to our game.
Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love what Kulusevski's doing today, and I agree with you. He was man of the match today. Pure magic. As again, they just didn't know how to handle him, and they didn't know what to do with him. But to say he's like the best midfielder in the Premier League right now,
he's becoming one of the best centre-mids in the league.
I think on form, you definitely have a case, but the reason I go into a bit apprehensive saying that he's at that level just yet is because we've sat here and we've said like Rice is better than that Bissouma's better than Rice and Maddison's better than Odegaard and all these kind of things. So I think we're just a bit too quick to say our players are one of the best in the Premier League. I want to see them doing.
I think they are. I think Maddison is. I think Bissouma can be. Defensive midfield, one of the best in the league.
You think Bissouma's better than Rice?
No,
exactly. So that's what we were saying.
I didn't say he's the best in the league. I'm saying he's becoming one of the best in the league.
And I just want to see it over a longer stretch of time. But don't get me wrong, I think this guy is absolutely world class, playing world class right now, and he's our most consistent player right now. And his performances are absolutely to die for right now.
He's mad. It's actually mad. There's nothing this guy can't do. The ball carrying in those situations is absolutely incredible. And you know, I can't even I'm talking about obviously the defenders, but. Obviously, I've got a lot of praise. I thought Doggy was brilliant first half before he went off.
Shame he went off.
Spence came on, did well.
Let's hope it's just precaution over anything.
Romero, Van der Ven, and Paul all did well, but like they all did brilliant defensively. But you know, United really offered very little. Obviously, after the red card, it was really nothing.
They actually offered more with 10 men than they did with 11 men.
There was that period, in the second half, for about 15 minutes, where they put a bit of pressure on us, but I don't remember too many chances they had. So they offered very little. I thought defensively we kept them very quiet. A clean sheet, which will go under the radar today, another clean sheet. great. So, you know, we actually improved a lot defensively, which people don't give us credit for. Vicario, I think, had one save to make from Xerxes, that was it. Everything else, you know, he didn't have much to do.
Surely after that performance.
Beautiful, beautiful performance all round.
They literally could not even tackle us. I mean, they were trying to play out the back at times in that first half, and they just couldn't get out their half. It was unbelievable. There's no team that presses better than Tottenham in this league.
And I think you can really see what you know, in terms of the summer business, like how he seems the pieces fitting into the team, and like what Solanke's bringing to us. You know, moving Decky into the middle, all these different things. Berg was really great to see Bergvall and Moore come on as well, get some minutes. They looked bright as well when they came on, and he brought them on at 2-0. As soon as he brings them on, we get that third goal with their first touch, Bergvall's cross, and Solanke taps it home with us after a Sarr header. So everyone contributing as well, even the bench players contributing, really, really positive.
And so Spurs beating a team in the top 10 away from home as well.
Exactly, and Cantor. I mean, let's talk about the red card, because obviously that was a big moment in the game. Despite the fact we were dominant, and it was only 1-0 at the red card.
Yeah, look, like you said, it was born out of frustration from Bruno Fernandes. But when I first saw it, I thought definite red. Now I've seen it back, I do think it's a bit weak, to be honest.
I mean, it is high. He did slip and he like lunged it. I don't know, like if it's one of those where, like, I think it's a bit soft. If he puts a yellow card on it, I don't think VAR upgrades.
No, definitely not.
I don't think it was a clear red card. I think
he was a bit hasty, the red.
Yeah, I think we got a bit lucky with it. It is one of those, I can understand why VAR kept it as a red though, because it is high. It can be deemed as dangerous. I think he's a bit unlucky, Bruno, that they gave him a red though. So I think we probably got a bit lucky with that situation. But I don't think Man United can complain. I mean, they can complain because it's not a red, but we were well on top. We were 1-0 up already, and we were much the better team.
The reason that they cannot complain is because they did not turn up to this game.
They
literally didn't come out the tunnel. If this was a boxing match, I swear the ref probably would have called time just after half time when we scored that second.
We should have been 2-0 up before the red anyway. So
we came to Old Trafford and we played them off their own patch. And you know, no one showed Man United up like this season. Maybe Liverpool have. Like,
Liverpool won 3-0 Old Trafford,
good teams come here and they take them to the cleaners. You know, I've been watching Man United. I've been saying, look, you know, they're an improving side. They're playing really well in the first half. They're creating chances, and then they kind of lose their way in the second half. This time, they didn't even turn up at all. Not at all.
Shocking. Ten Hag's going to be under real pressure. But let's talk about Ange now, because, you know, after the Arsenal game, a lot of people were starting to really question him and saying, you know, he's got to turn around that form. There was 7 defeats in 11 now. We're now on a run of 4 on the trot. You know, only 2 in the league, but you know, 4 wins in a row now. So really great form, and we're really you're starting to see confidence really flow in the team now. You're starting to see the team, especially in the Premier League, to do really well. And I think what's really great as well, I think Ange is managing the squad really well. You can see he's keeping Porro and Maddison fresh there. You saw how great they were today and how I think that really helped them. I think he's really giving the young players, especially the players with long confidence, like Brennan, you know, they're starting to play with real confidence now. And you really see, we all said at the start of the season, we'll play well but not getting the results. And now I think we're starting to get, things are starting to turn our way again.
100%, we're playing well, we're getting the results, but it is only 2 games in the league now. I want to see us go to Brighton with this same mentality, and it's going to be a very interesting game, because Brighton, you know, they've drawn their last 2 games and one. Did they win on the weekend?
They lost to Chelsea 4-2.
They lost. Well, there you go. They're winless. They haven't won in 3 games, and we're on the flip side of that, where we weren't having good of it in the first start of the season, and now we've got wins under our belt in the last 2 games. So we're the form team coming into it. Yeah, Ferencváros, we got to win that game, whatever happens. But Brighton is the one I'm looking at, because it's a really interesting matchup, and if we go and beat Brighton, you know, we're going into that, and all of a sudden we don't want that international break.
Yeah, exactly. So really great that we're starting to turn this form around, because he really needed to after that initial, you know, bad form. But we all saw this could come. If you watched our games this season, you could see that
should have happened against Newcastle. Should have happened against Leicester.
These results were coming. So, you know, finally we're adding that clinical edge to the final third. People question big time, you know, could we go forward with this front three? And Ange's showing why he chose this front three. So fantastic stuff. Yeah. And no Sonny today, and we still scored 3 goals and should have scored 9. So fantastic.
We put Man United well and truly in the mud today. So thank you everyone for joining us today. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on these Spurs.